The countdown for Mario Maker 2 is decreasing rapidly, and with about 2 months left, it's likely that I won't be uploading any full kaizo levels in the remainder of Mario Maker 1's lifespan. Over the course of my SM1 career, I made a total of 12 full kaizo levels, and so I thought that it would be fun to look back at my past creations and to rank them by how much I enjoy playing them. I won't be including Supernova and my first kaizo Lethal Lava Layer, however, since one of them is a total jankfest and the other one is just straight up garbage. I will also not be ranking my trick showcases, as I don't see them as real levels. With that out of the way, let's get to the ranking. We're starting this list off with Mario in the Lava Sea. The reason why it's on the very bottom is because this level is just really bland. Nothing is very memorable, and the short length of the level doesn't help. This was also one of the easier levels to recomplete, as it only took me 10 minutes including practice. Aside from the level being uninspired, it also has some questionable level design, like having to wait for this Yoshi to arrive at the start, or the falling stack of springs at the last jump. And if it wasn't enough, there's also some major cheese with Yoshi. I will say this though, the swamp jumping is fun and challenging, but overall this level is best described with a meh. Number 9. Mid-aerial warfare against kaizo. Remember that time when every kaizo level ever ends within mid-air? Yeah, those weren't our best times. Mid-aerial warfare was purely made so that I could end a level within mid-air. And this was actually the only time I ever used the mid-air in one of my levels. The theme of this level was strongly inspired by White Land by Bar. The level does have some cool parts, like the spiny bouncing or the setup to the mid-air, but the rest is pretty tame. This level also has like the worst tutorial level. I guess I thought that people wouldn't be able to figure the trick out, but in the end it's just more confusing than helpful. Like Lava Sea, this level is easy compared to most of my other levels. The reason I put this over that level though, is because this level is longer and has more of a theme and direction to it. Steven's Nemesis. The reason I called it that is because another Mario Maker streamer, iCaryu, sucks at cape, and this is a cape level. Honestly, this level feels like a blind kaizo race. Consistent, but too safe and unimaginative. The only exception to this is the last trick. It's really satisfying to pull off since it's hard and it feels just right when you get it. For my first attempt at making a cape level, this turned out fine. But it could have been so much more. Road to the Cannon Sky. This is one of my more original levels since it doesn't have a single traditional kaizo trick and you're jumping from cannonball to cannonball the whole time. I can imagine most people giving this level a worse ranking because of how short and easy it is, but I'm someone who cares a lot more about the level being distinct than it being fun and consistent to play. But like Steven's Nemesis, there's still quite a bit of untapped potential with this style. Number 6. Rush Hour. Strap on your seatbelts cause we rushin' for an hour. Not really, more like 40 seconds, but that's besides the point. In Rush Hour you have to ride multiple platform shells and perform a number of precise maneuvers. It's rather short, but definitely not easy. This level might be frustrating, but I'm willing to take that in exchange for interesting gameplay. And the last jump of this level I'm still proud of. You've got to spit a sideways spring at the right moment for a ride to spring off it and to ricochet off the wall, giving you enough height to take the pipe to safety. We're kicking the bottom half of this list off with Jumpman Journey. From this point onward, the quality and level design will be drastically higher. Jumpman Journey was my personal take on the Ultra Star genre, and I think that I did a pretty good job. I love the variety and tricks it offers. One moment you'll be jumping from platform to platform, and before you know it, you've become a rocket scientist and are assembling a takeoff platform. But by far the best section is at the end of the subworld. Remember those dolphins from Super Mario World ROM hacks? Yeah, I wanted to recreate those in this level and it worked flawlessly. As fun as this level might be, it isn't something you'll easily beat, as it took me over 2 hours to re-beat, out of which 40 minutes were spent practicing the dolphin section alone. And mind you, I even had a little bit of muscle memory for this level, as I had already beaten it once at the start of 2018 to initially upload this level. So get your tissues ready, cause you'll be shedding tears when you die to the last P-switch. Shellcon punch! Sorry, I couldn't resist. Everyone needs a shall we level, am I right? And shellcon punch is mine. The struggle for me while making this level was to be as little generic as possible. Needless to say, I think it ain't generic. Good job, me. The level revolves around traversing the level with various shell tricks and reusing items multiple times. The first part actually only consists of 3 shells, which get reused twice each. The coolest part though is the beetle escort mission. At first you bonk the shell to the side, then you land on him again, followed by you springing him up so he can hit the pause and clear your way. The first part may be a little jank, but as I often say, I'd rather have a jank level than a boring one. Overall, I'd say this might be my most visually impressive level. Shellcon Valley. Get it? Like Silicon Valley? Names just keep getting worse, don't they? Shellcon Valley has you transporting a single Koopa shell from the beginning of the level to the very end, where you have to kill it to receive a key. Limiting yourself can bring the best of our creations, and this level is a prime example of that. Since every trick had to revolve around transporting a Koopa shell in an interesting way, I got really creative with the ways I did that. You have to repeatedly cape shell jump to move it up, tongue the shell with Yoshi to then spit it out for you to land on, carefully create paths for the shell by manipulating swamps, throw spring under it in midair, gain paths from munchers, and so much more. The aesthetics are also really nice to look at, but prepare to stare at them for a long time, since this is my hardest level and took me 8 hours to upload, not including practice. Number 2. Rehydrated. Yes, I know, it's a water level and those tend to be bad. But hear me out. The reason why they tend to be that way is because they're often maze-like and slow-paced with often empty swimming involved. But they don't have to be that way. Rehydrated was designed with it being like a normal kaizo level in mind, and surprisingly, it worked out pretty well. This level includes an express ride, timed muncher destroying, a spring snipe, tense shell carrying survival section, button mashing, and a tight last swim. This is probably my most technically impressive level, and from what I've seen, the people liked this well. Now step out of the water and dry yourself up, cause the winner of today's countdown is about to be unveiled. Grandma's new spicy soup. Oh boy, this level that took me the longest to build, taking me almost half a year to finish, but it definitely paid off. For some reason I always get so excited while playing this level. Though it has a tight timer and its new soup castle, this is far from being a standard speedrun. The whole way through you're under pressure because not timing out is no easy task. The flow of the level always keeps going even when the style switches drastically. Whether you're going from performing wall jumps over the lava to taking out munchers with pows, or from dealing with shell trickery to swiftly sliding under burners, you never feel safe and are constantly witnessing bombs explode in the lava. And good luck keeping your heart rate low once you have to dodge the final spinies. This level is one heck of a ride you won't forget anytime soon. I'm not telling you should beat these levels, but I will say this, dear Team 0%. Get on that Jumpman journey in Shellcon Valley. How would you rank my levels? Tell me in the comments below. I also encourage others to make a list of their own levels as well. I evolved immensely as both a player and creator from levels like Cloudy Airline and my mix. To some of my newer levels. Mario Maker 2 is on its way and I'm excited to see what levels I and others will come up with. Alright, here's the mandatory Twitter and Twitch plug. Both links are in the description alongside the levels I talked about. Sorry if I came across a little too braggy on the second half of this video, but believe me when I say this, I hate most of my levels. I'm talking about you, everything underwater. Have a nice day.